We have some breaking news in just the past hour. The nation's largest labor federation, the AFL-CIO, announced that they are joining forces with the Service Employees International Union, the SEIU, and its 2 million service workers in a joint effort to strengthen their push for workers' rights. The groups wrote in a statement, at a critical moment when everything is on the line for the nation's working people, the labor movement is uniting to challenge the status quo and build a movement of workers who will fight. On the job, in the streets, at the ballot box, in our communities, for higher pay, expanded benefits, and new rules that empower them to join together in unions and to organize across industries. This couldn't come at a more crucial time as the country is about to go from having one of the most pro-union presidents in history to a president who's likely to roll back rights for unions and for workers. Joining me now for an exclusive interview, Liz Shuler, president of the AFL-CIO, and April Verrett, president of the SEIU. Thank you both for being here. This is big news. Talk about this combo, because there are different kinds of workers. We're talking about teachers, we're talking about nurses, we're talking about sanitation workers, police officers, fighters, child care providers, United Food and Commercial workers, retail, meatpacking. It's a variety of workers. What's the benefit of combining? We'll start with you, Liz.
Yes, in fact, we now have 61 unions in our federation, and it is essentially a broad spectrum of working people all across the economy in every sector. But we all have the same fight. We all want to stand up to corporate greed. We're all tired of working more for less and seeing our paychecks shrink while costs are going up and our health care and our retirement security fade away. So I think this is a powerful joining of forces, because we are in a moment where working people have had enough and they want to see us out there fighting for them.
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and Happy New Year to you, Joyanne.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
This announcement today and the reaffiliation of SEIU into the AFL-CIO is about the 60 million workers in this country who have told us they want to be in the union. It's about the 9 in 10 workers in this country who don't have a union and yearn for one, right? This is about us putting our money, our resources, our time, putting our shoulder into organizing workers across the country in a moment that's more important than ever.
So one of the things that I do love about having you both here is that you are not the image of what people think of when they think of unions, right? They think of men, right? And so 2 ladies, I think, is a reminder to people of the workers who actually need representation. So I appreciate you both being here. I want to give you guys some of the headlines from this year. It's been actually a good year for unions. UAW members ratify record contracts with the big 3 automakers. SAG-AFTRA hails enormous victory as it ratifies a deal that ended a strike. The Hollywood writer strike ended, and they won big. Boeing workers voted to accept a contract proposals ending a strike. Workers voting to join unions at record high rates. I'm going to go in the opposite order. April, I'm going to start with you. The wins are big. What is left to do?
Oh, everything, Joyanne, is left to do. You know, I said a minute ago, or a few seconds ago, 9 in 10 workers still don't have a union. 60 million want one. But we know that, you know, when we do polling, 70%, right, of young people say they are interested in joining unions. We are in an unprecedented moment where I know workers want power. They want agency. They want to be a part of their own self-determination. They want to have a seat at the table. And so we got to meet this moment and give workers what they want. And that's organization. Organization that is poised to not just build power, but to use power. And that is what we are excited to do. It's what our lives are about. And it's what this moment is really about.
So, Liz, it's not going to be easy. The incoming administration is staffed by somebody who's been very critical of unions, not a big fan of them. His pretend Doge committee is headed by people who think it's fun to fire people and who laugh about the idea. And you've seen a lot of the billionaires that are backing this new administration, people like Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon. You see the big companies like Starbucks and others. They're not exactly embracing of the idea of increased workers' rights. How tough do you expect the fight to be as the administration changes over?
Well, there will certainly be challenges, and we are ready. We're going to be on defense probably right away, knowing that they have their sights set on the federal government and quote efficiency, right? Where we as workers always hear that word and think they're trying to get us to do more with less. But we know that we've got to play a good defense game, but we also, as April and I have been talking about, we got to be on offense. This economy is changing rapidly with technology and clean energy and, you know, all of the growth that we're seeing in places like the South, where workers are not used to unions. And it's a real opportunity for them to step into their power, for them to see that unions are the place to make the change that they desperately want to see in their workplaces. And coming together is how we're more powerful and we rebalance the scales of this economy.
And, you know, I think one of the things that a lot of people have sort of come together on, wherever your political leanings are, is that the billionaire class wants more work for less wages and wants people to just work longer hours. I mean, people are talking about raising their retirement age, for God's sakes. There's not a lot of empathy from the billionaire class toward working people. How do you get working people to vote their interests, their economic interests, not things like social issues?
Yeah, it starts by being honest with working people. It starts by having a real conversation about what their issues are, who is poised and positioned to solve them, putting them in positions where they are able to help solve and create, you know, the change that they want to see in their lives. And talk about the need to write new rules, right? The gig is up. We work with a set of laws in this country that are not written for working people to get ahead. The corporate control is out of control, right? Yeah. It has gone way beyond what any of us can tolerate anymore. Well, this is about telling the truth, calling out the bad actors in this economy, in this country, that are the real reasons that so many people continue to live and work in poverty.
Amen.
Right?
Well, yeah.
So it's just doing that.
I appreciate you both. Listen, the ladies running the unions are here with us, and we appreciate it. Sometimes when you want to get things done, you got to find a woman to do it, because we will get it done.
You're here.
Amen. AFL-CIO President Liz Shuler, SEIU President April Verrett, thank you for making this announcement on The ReidOut. We appreciate you, and we will be watching.